You might start calling me LeBron James after this video. Stay tuned to figure out why.
Drip is a rocket headed to Mars. Chico the barge. I went on my own cause we fell apart. The family is large, but those are the ones that leave with scars and damage your heart. But from the cloud, I'm a drip god. I want the finer things. I want the finer things.
Yo, what is good, everybody? Crypto 101 coming to you guys with another video today, and I want everybody to start calling me LeBond James. I said that right, not LeBron, LeBond James. And the reason I say that is because of what I'm going to explain in today's videos. We're talking about Droplit protocol, and we're talking about the LBond, exactly how many I have, what I plan on doing with that, as well as just how I'm looking at the ecosystem and project moving forward. So make sure that you guys smash that like button, as well as hit that big red subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified as soon as these videos are released. And as always, leave your feedback in the comment section below so I can know exactly what you guys think about these videos and what you guys are doing as well. So if we come over here to the Droplit website, the first thing that you'll notice is the website looks a little bit different. It looks a little bit sleeker, doesn't have all that stuff going on in the background. Now I can tell you this definitely loaded up a lot easier for my computer, but I also know that Paris, Pressure P, the dev, is working on some things on the back end as well. Believe me, this man is always working. You always hear about him not getting enough sleep, and he is a true dev in the sense that he loves to work and make sure he's getting these things out. So this is just an example of the sleeker UI, but I think the bigger thing is that this is being created so that additional things can be built on top of it and it just runs more smoothly. So I think that's really nice to see. Obviously it's changed a little bit. We have more of the purple hues here, the lighter purple, but what we want to focus on here on the screen right now is my total worth. So as you can see, I'm at $610 worth of staked assets. Swifty, which is not released, but that's coming soon. That's going to be a big number there once that does release. And the Boardroom are sitting at 509. As you can see, I have $71 worth of rewards to claim, and I can tell you that my rewards to claim has just stacked up over the past couple of weeks because it has been the golden drip share, and there's really not any reason for me to claim the golden drip share at this point, just because the Boardroom or the water bucket is not currently printing. So we're going to be talking about that later in the video of exactly what that means and why I haven't claimed my rewards yet. But at the end of the day, what's really happening is GDS does not have a use case right now just because the Boardroom is not printing. But I can tell you, this is not financial advice, that GDS as well as LIT are definitely going to have future utility. So now might be a good time to pick it up because we're looking at an $86 GDS as well as a $1 LIT token. Another thing I always try to tell people about is the limited supply of the golden drip share. Now, this is just my strategy when it comes to different projects and holding tokens. I'd like to be able to own a certain percentage of a token supply. So for example, if the golden drip share token only has 30,000 in circulation, my goal would be first to get at least 3, then 30, then 300, and then keep working my way up in those different increments. So I always like to say, hey, I own 1% of the supply, or even if I'm really welling out, I like to own up to 10% of the supply if it's something I believe in. Obviously, if it's a project I don't believe in, I'm not going to sit there and wreck myself and own that big of a share. But with something like this and the future utility coming for the golden drip share token as well as LIT, I am more than willing to do that. So as you can see, the pools here are still looking pretty good, paying 0.83% in the LIT BUSD pool. LIT BNB is paying 1.26, LIT GDS is paying 1.21, and then the golden drip share BUSD is paying 1.43, which these are still great percentages to be earning additional or upwards of 1% every single day. And the thing is, as the price of the assets increase, so do the APRs. So once we get this pump, and I know it's coming soon because there is so much being built in the background. The community knows, I know that this thing is going to turn around very soon, in my opinion. But as always, not financial advice. Isn't telling you to buy any of the tokens or do anything. I'm just telling you my opinion on it and what I see as a good investment. So we'll come over here to the Boardroom because this is what I was talking about in terms of the golden drip share not currently having utility. So typically what you would do is you could either sell your golden drip shares that you get from liquidity farming, which is typically what people do, or you also can put them here in the boardroom. And when we are above peg, which is $1.01, which right now we're like right below it. When we're above $1.01, then that means that we're able to print here in the boardroom. So as you can see, if this was printing, I'd be making $14.75 worth of lit every single day. So right around 14 or 15 lit I would be making every single day if this was above peg and printing, which is printing 2.9%, which is still ridiculous. This is almost sub 3% in the boardroom. So that is the reason I have not claimed the golden drip share that I have earned in the farms, because it doesn't really make sense for me just to claim it just to put it here. You know, I'm not losing anything by it still being staked in my rewards instead of here. But once this does get back to printing, then I will obviously claim those and then put those here. But once again, you can see I am building up my golden drip share stake. I'm right around with my rewards as well. I'm right around 6.5. So on our way to having 10 and then obviously 20. And then my end goal is to definitely at least have 30 golden drip share, because I definitely can see this being multiple $100 token again. So I am investing in the long-term sense to where I think that these tokens could definitely be, you know, I could see lit being a couple of bucks, and then I could see this being back in the couple $100. So why not get a couple X's off of these, especially with the community and everything that's being built. So with that, I want to come over here to the LBonds, because this is why I am calling myself LBond James. So this is 1,000 LBonds. You can see I have in my wallet. So I bought some of these when lit was like right around 65 cents. And then majority of these were bought right when it was around 88 cents, I believe, before we had the recent pump. So what I am looking to do is, once we get above a certain price, which I'm setting the goal for myself to be probably $1.50, but it really just depends on how everything comes out in terms of developments. Now, if LitX or Swifty comes out before we get to that price, then I am definitely going to swap these in, so I have that lit that I can use for LitX or Swifty. So now if this goes above that price, before then I would still claim it. And the thing is, if you convert your LBonds to lit before $1.10, then you're just going to get it 1-to-1. But if you do it after $1.10, then you're going to get an additional premium for your swap. So yes, you heard me right. If you wait until after $1.10 lit price, TWAP price, then you'll get additional lit tokens when you trade in your LBonds. Now, the reason they create that obviously is so that people wouldn't dump as soon as we get above $1.01, because there are a lot of people who probably bought lit bonds at like 60 cents, 65 cents, and then they just changed them in for lit once we got back over peg, and then they probably sold. That's probably just my guess on what happened. And we can look at the price here too when we look at lit. So it had this gorgeous move up. I mean, and this happened relatively quick. You can see this was like within a day's time span. We got right back up to $1.05, and then people started taking profit. Now, I'm never going to be someone to shame people taking profit. I think that you have to have a long-term vision with some of these things. So I don't think that that was the best time to take profit, but there was probably people who were hurting for money, or people who just wanted to get in on this bottom dip here, because you can see it was all the way in the mid 60s. So some people probably just wanted to take their 40% gain, get out, be done with it, or some people just wanted to take it out and then, you know, invest in something else. It is what it is. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But I am just happy to see that it did take this little bit of dip, and then now we're just consolidating. So when we come over here to the golden drip share, now this one was a little bit of a larger move, but the golden drip share is more so meant to be the token that's taking profit in. So, you know, we're going to see some of these larger moves, but this one got all the way up to almost $130. And then there was some massive sales here that took it back to $100. And then from there, we've seen a little bit of a decline. We're at $86. But like I said, this is a great time, at least for me, to scoop up some additional GDS, because it is so cheap and we know that future utility is coming for it. So I really just wanted to go over my positions. As you guys can see, LeBron James himself trying to get this lit back over a peg. And there's also some other people out there. I think I saw somebody with 6,000 bonds. So I guess he would be considered the MJ and I'm the LeBron James. But just really wanted to go through some of the positions here. We're sitting at a TVL of right around 720,000. So still so much room for this to grow. And the crazy thing too is when we look at the market cap of these tokens, right? So we look at lit at 480, and then we look at Golden Drip Share at 2.6 million. Now, sometimes with Deck Screener, it's off. So I don't know if that's actually 100% accurate, but 2.6 million, especially 480,000. These are small numbers. Like I'm telling you, it just takes the right kind of community, which I believe that we have, as well as the right kind of exposure to really show what's going on here. And I think once we get that additional utility, which is either going to be LitX or Swifty, then we are going to see some massive moves. Like I said, this is not financial advice, just kind of telling you how I'm looking at things and the reason I'm investing the way I am. So my main goals right now is try to get as much Golden Drip Share tokens as possible. Try to get that up to 10 by the next time I do a video, as well as get as much lit as I can get right now. I believe I have right around 1,200 lit in bonds, as well as just liquid lit in my wallet. And then I have a good amount that's also in liquidity. So I probably have right around, I would say 1,500 lit, which I think is a good bag, especially for LitX and all that's coming up with it. So like I said, do your own research. This is not financial advice, just really kind of like to give people perspective of the way I'm looking at things, the way I'm investing in things. And I'm going to continue to just DCA with lit and the Golden Drip Share token because I know better days are ahead. So with that, make sure you guys are checking out the Telegram. They always stay active there. There's a lot of people in the community that are more than willing to give you information or help you out with whatever you need. As well as if you want a great community, you can always join the Bag Builder Telegram, which is in the description below. There will be a Telegram link in which you can join. Stop through, say, hey, what's up? And then join us in the journey to build our bag. As always, make sure you're supporting the other great passive income enthusiasts and YouTubers and things like that out there when it comes to Droplit. Moonshot Max makes some great videos. Crypto Tiger, Legacy 7, passive income. There's a lot of good people out there making some content, so definitely make sure you go check them out as well. So big shout out to them. And as always, make sure you guys support the other social media sites. We have Twitter, we have Telegram, we have TikTok, we have a little bit of everything. So you do not want to miss out on any of that. So definitely make sure you stay tuned. We're covering all the same things that we've been covering. And I also have a new segment that I'm going to be starting this week as well, which I think is going to excite a lot of people because it is high risk, but high reward. And no, I'm not talking about those shady botting contracts and all that other shit. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about real deal, high risk, high reward, but things with utility and some good communities. That's always what I'm on the search for. So with that, we're going to continue to let the team dev this thing out like they've been doing. They've been doing AMAs. Paris has been in the back. Pressure P's been cooking it up. DeFi Proof, CV33 have been serving the sauce. So everything is coming together. Everybody is working well in the kitchen. Can't wait to see the finished product of everything that's being worked on. But we're going to continue to let them dev this thing out. And we're going to focus on what we do best, and that is building the bag.